Okay, so what I've got here, got a model from a student, and they're having problems getting the face rig to work. This is always the trickiest part. And I kind of opened up the hypergraph, and I'm looking here. I see all the rigging stuff. Okay, great. The joints are a little big. Remember, that's under display. Where the hell am I? Animation, joint size. And I can see these are really big. So I'll make them small so it's just easier to mentally digest. And I'll put on X-ray joints right here so you can see what we're looking at. Okay, so we got that, the rig there. And then when I look over here, I can see the geo thing, the geo group. And I'm just going to check in options, display shape, hidden underworld nodes are on. You see some extra stuff in here. And you see the text is red, that means it's being referenced. And as I come down here, I start noticing these groups. And the groups are potentially what's throwing this whole thing off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly clean this up. I'm going to go into the file reference editor. And there's the little girl rig. I've got a file, and I import objects from reference. Now they're in the scene because I don't know where the reference file is. It just all came in, and I'm just going to clean it as I go. And I'm just going to go in here and delete the history on this. So Alt-Shift-D, history's gone. I'm going to get rid of this. And what the hell was that? Just hold on a second. Oh, just that thing. And I'm going to get rid of this whole auto rig thing here because I'm just going to clean it up and start again. So let's see, when I'm looking here, geo, so we got the geo group, then we got the body, body's fine. Then it's got, it says body shape deformed. If I just go and change the name, like body, like that, see, it gives me this deformed thing. I want to get rid of that, so I'm just going to go in and keep that clean. Tongue, tongue, spelling thing there. And I'm just going to go to here, get rid of that deformed thing. Okay, because the shape node should say shape at the end with a capital S. The left eye, now we've got some left corn. I take a look, let's go in here and hit 4. So those are those pieces there. I'm just going to get rid of the group. So all I'm doing is middle clicking, putting it there, get rid of that group. And same thing here with the right eye. I'm just middle clicking, dragging and dropping. Then there's that little group node there, and I'm just going to get rid of that. Same thing with the jaw. Whoop. Okay, did anything else come in funny? And let's get rid of that thing. And so there's this. That one's named correctly. If you just select it here, you can see left corn. This is left corn shape deformed. I'm just going to get rid of that deformed thing. Just something I typically notice that gives me a problem. Everything's good. Come on, you bastard. Okay, let's just do that. Enter. And right now, just making sure I'm staring at these things, making sure everything is good. There's like one more. Okay, and that should be good. Just trying to think if there's anything missing. I don't see it. And one other thing I might do right now, here, let's get rid of that camera. There's an extra camera in here. Is I kind of feel that the scale might be funny, might be really small. So I'm just going to go here to create. And if I go to the measure tools and I go to the distance tool and I hold down X, click, click. So if I grab one of these locators that is created, I can hold down X as I'm moving it and there until it's 0 high. So currently this is 20 centimeters tall. And I'm just going to guess that's probably not what you want. You want something that's like, what am I going to guess at? How about 165 centimeters tall? So if I go in here and I take this thing and I say 165, so it's like, what is it? That's like 5.5 feet tall, maybe. And if I just grab the whole geo here and I go and I scale the whole unit up, whoop, there. Okay, it's best to kind of figure this stuff out early, and that way you're going to have potentially less problems later on. Then I'm just going to go in here and I'm just going to freeze out the transformations. And I'm going to delete all this extra locator junk here. Okay. And now, let's just close this up. And I'm going to say File, Save Scene As, and let's see what I've got here. We'll just, we're in this project, and I'll just do that. Great. Okay, so got that saved out, and I'm going to try to, where is, I'm just going to pause this for a second while I get the advanced skeleton. Okay, I'm back. Now I'm just going to install this, so I just drag and drop the install script and boop, pops it in. Hit this, hit the 5, and boom, we're here. So remember, you can go in here and there's things like it's got the model clean button, and I might just do a quick check here. Sometimes you get like an extra set or something like that. Hit create, so we got the geo thing, everything's labeled fine. But you notice that in the outliner it doesn't show you everything. If you do want to see a few more things, you can turn off the DAG objects only and also display your shape nodes, and then you can kind of start to see extra potential stuff down here that might screw you up. I'm just going to go in and get rid of the shapes. Let's put the DAG objects only back on, get rid of that. And I'm just going to go ahead and hit clean. Continue. Continue. And it got rid of some stuff. Okay. And actually, something else I just noticed on the face here. I've noticed some hard edges on here. I'm just going to go to Mesh Display and soften the edges. And just delete the history. Alt-Shift-D. Actually, I don't see anything weird right there, do I? Nope. I could even probably do that on the teeth and stuff like that, but yeah, so now we don't have any hard edges. Actually, what's this? No, that's just two edges that are close together. Okay. And so we've done that, done the model clean, model check. You can check for symmetry on this, and when you check, it does kind of alert you that some things might be off here and there. And, ooh, you got lucky. I don't see anything lighting up. So everything's looking good. Okay, close this up. Now I've already saved it, but I'm going to save it one more time just because I did that cleanup and I got rid of some extra junk that was in the scene. Make sure there's no display layers. Notice the display layers do funny things. If you got extra ones. Create the rig file, so new scene, and then reference. Now, when you reference, what have I got here? I always go and switch it to this one. Merge and just select a namespace. So it doesn't rename anything for you. Okay, I'll just bring this in, reference, and voila, it's referenced. Next thing, I've seen the guy who created this do tutorials where he has the the template mode on, and I don't get it. It doesn't work. I think he's doing something magical. I don't know. Maybe there's a setting I'm missing. So there. And now we're done the pre-section. You bastard! And if I go to body, and I'm going to go into the fit mode here, biped, we're just going to import that in. And it comes in really small. I'm going to hit edit here, and I'll put on fit mode. Fit mode comes up here. Let's get rid of the outliner. We don't need to see any of this. And I'm going to just quickly place these things. You know, what I do first off is I'll grab this. He does like you to make it at 1/10 the size, but I always like to make everything real world size. Let's put on X-ray joint. And I kind of ballpark it where I see the arm kind of roughly in place, and then I go, okay, we're going to go in and do some work from here. I'll just scale it up a bit. Okay. And anything else you need to know? I'll do the regular stuff here. Let's go and put on 2 of these side by side. And I'll put shading, X-ray joints. Flip this to the right view. And I'm just going to grab the move tool, kind of put the root here. Let's hit 4. And then I'll grab, say, my hip, and I'm going to bring it down here. Don't bring it all the way down to the perineum. Okay? move it up here a little bit. And I kind of go, and when I'm placing it in the front here, I'm looking, and you kind of want it kind of middle-ish favoring the outside. Your leg typically doesn't come over across the middle line here, except for maybe when you're crossing your legs or something. Kind of usually out a little bit here helps. And let's hit 4. Okay. And then the leg, does it look like it's rotated already? It does look like it's got a weird rotation in it. But when I'm taking this, I'll move the knee up into place. And the ankle, remember the ankle should go kind of below the ankle bone that's there. And because that's where the pivot point is. If you go too far up the shin, it looks really weird. And when I want to kind of line this up, what I usually do is grab the rotate tool, and I rotate so that the ankle is lined up here and the knees there. It kind of keeps the legs straighter. Something does seem weird though. Okay, and then I'm just going to grab the heel, kind of place it in the heel. The foot isn't totally flat on the ground. I could correct that later. I'm going to put this here for the balls of the feet. Okay, and then there's the tip of the toe. And I got to figure out what that looks like in 3D land. Okay, and I go in and I take this one, and this is for the balls of the feet. Let's go to the right view. And then this one here, balls of the feet on the pinky toe area. Probably bring that up a bit. And this one here, I'll bring that up over here a little bit. And we'll say that's okay. And bring it in a bit more. Okay, good, good, good. And, okay, that's fine. Let's zip up here. And I'm at the root. And placing the midsection in. There's the chest joint. The neck, kind of base of the neck, looks a little bit better if it's tucked down a bit. This joint here is usually under the earlobe. I always say it's kind of a good ballpark, and you kind of want to make it so it's kind of like the neck is kind of middle-ish and favoring the back slightly. Remember, if you hold down D, you can move the joints around without moving the children. Okay, and let's put this up here. Get this joint into place. Uh-oh, I sense something suspicious. I'm going to put that, the jaw should be in front of the earlobe. Okay, and let's go to the front view. I'm just going to grab the eyeball joint. And as I zoom in, I can see the eyes are already on a bit of an angle. And I guess I wasn't paying attention. And maybe that was on the original rig. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second as I kind of try to line these up. Yeah. Okay, I've kind of roughly eyeballed them out. I don't feel like starting over again, so I'm going to say that's good enough for now. I should have kept track of that when I first started this out. Okay, so everything's centered here, great. And I'm going to go in and grab the eyeball joint, and I'm trying to get it to the center of the eye. So if I hold down V, there, and then in this view here, if I hold down V and I grab it in the red, there we go, got it. Okay, actually let's go back to the front view for a second. Next one, the scapula joint, more popularly known as the clavicle. I'm going to go and take that, move it down kind of in front of the spine here. Okay, somewhere between where I consider the clavicle and where I think the pec is. Now we're going to go and put the shoulder joint in. Now this arm might be a little low, but it should be okay. I'm going to put this here. And I'm just going to rotate most of the stuff to get it kind of in the ballpark. Okay, and maybe I'm going to kind of line up with the wrist, and I'll take this joint. Oops, I didn't check the shoulder. If I look at it from the top view, kind of hard to see here. I'm going to put on the snap to projected center, and I'll grab the move tool and just wiggle it, and it'll snap. Okay, and this one here, I'm assuming the elbow is right around there. And the wrist, let's take a look. Okay, just like with the foot, I found if you go into the hand area just a bit, it actually looks better when it pivots and everything. Okay, they're great. And then let's go in here, and I'm going to grab this joint and place that here. The thumb, there's another one there, and kind of there. Feels like the thumb, the rotation of the thumb is a little bit funny, where the fingernail is kind of pointing down this way. It should be kind of pointing more at an angle like this, but this will be okay. And here there's the cup joint, and I'll place it over here. Here, and I'm just going to put wireframe unshaded on, so I'm going to figure out, there doesn't appear to be enough edge loops around where the knuckles should be. So this isn't going to work out totally 100%, so there needs to be some edge loops inserted. I'm just kind of going in and guessing where I think they should be. And okay. Oop, anything? Oh no. Okay. Thought I was hallucinating for a second. Trying to figure out where these should go. This is why I kind of like to make my own hands and don't use the retopology stuff that I get from ZBrush. It's just easier to make your hand, make one finger, start duplicating them, and then pop them in. It's looking like good form overall, but it could be better. There. And okay, so that should be good. So I've got all the joints in place. Just thinking if I'm missing anything. Trying to go fast. Okay, so then I'm going to turn off fit mode. If fit mode was doing anything funny to you, like sometimes you notice it doing the little circling wheel of death will come up, then you want to go in and turn it off, turn it on again, and it'll go away. And if you've done this all manually, just moving the joints around, then you hit update now and it does all of them at once at the end if you want. So we're done this part. Anything I'm missing? No. No. So now we're down into the build. So I'm just going to hit build. And magically, it will build. Okay. And it says build complete, so the beast is done. Next thing I'm going to do, I'll just grab body and I'll hit select deform joints. And I'm going to go and set the smooth bind options. And I'll just go ahead and accept the defaults and bind the skin. Okay. Remember, when you hit select deform joints, if you need to go and bind anything to these joints, you can find them all. There's the whole rig. They're all down here. So if you use that little button, you can quickly find them, and then you realize that you can do other kinds of things to manipulate these joints if you want to, figure out how they're controlled. Okay, no more of that. So it's bound. And now I'm going to try and do this next section as fast as I can. Okay, I'm going to flip out of the body. God damn it! Then I'll go to the face, and we go to the pre-section. I hit create this, and let's put the two panels on again. And I'll just kind of take this and move this down. Then I use the scale tool, and I bring the top. I scale it till the top comes right down there. Yes. And that's cool. Then I go and I grab this, and that's going to be part of my face. La 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 la. Okay, great. And I'll just wait to head joint. I can re-weight that later on. That's one of the reasons I don't usually wait until I get the face. All head. So all head, I'm just going to go in here to the outliner, and if I open up this little geo thing, I want the body, the tongue, left cornea, left eye, right, there, great. That's going to be my whole head. Okay, and then, so the right eye is this thing and this thing. I'm just going to double check. Yep, right eye. Okay, and then left eye, and there. Upper teeth, top teeth. Those are right there, great. And then the lower teeth, there, and the tongue, there. Okay, first part, easy. Next part, fit. Okay, so let's get this, and get this thing, and I'm just going to make sure I'm in perspective, and I'll just hit 5. Okay, now for the eye, there should really just be one eyeball that's used. So just go and do this, and this basically, when I click this, is going to replace the joint that's there. So I'm just going to hit eyeball. Actually, let's see if I can get both of them at the same time. I'm kind of concerned. Am I allowed to do two? I've never thought about this. Okay, let's just do it and see what happens. Great. Okay, and then the eyelid outer. So, feels like some of the loops here could be a bit more defined. Like they're kind of a little bit flat, but we'll just see if this works right here. That's going to be the outer one. And so, doop. Okay. Then we want the inner. These should maybe be hugging a bit more of the eye here, but to make it work. Okay. Let's see if we can get this inner one here, and I'll use that as my inner. It's taking its sweet time to do this. Okay, so then we're on to the lip. There's extra eyelid controls, but we're going to skip over those for now just to make sure this works. And for the lip outer, I almost feel like there could be another edge loop through here that could be the definition of the lip, but there, lip outer, edge. Keep looking at this from a funny angle. It looks like one of the vertices is joined up, but it's not. Lip main. Okay, and zip inside here. What do we got for edge loops? We'll say this is okay for now. This is lip inner. I could almost feel like there could be a few more edge loops inside. Okay. And now we're doing the eyebrow inner. You just always hit these when you're... They've changed some of these. So some of my earlier videos, this was different. So now you're just grabbing a couple of vertices here. And if I go in here and I grab, say, this one, and I hit eyebrow inner. Grab this vertice right here maybe. We'll say that's the outer. And then I gotta go and grab the vertice in the middle here, and that's gonna be my eyebrow middle. What time are we at? Okay, it's gonna turn into like a 30-minute video. Forehead. Forehead, if I go in here and I grab, say, this, I'm gonna go right up here, and then I'll go over and grab that one, and I'll hit forehead. I better double check, just in case something's changed. Nope, that looks good. Okay, now jaw pivot. It's going to be just in front of the earlobe. Jaw corner. I'll say something like that. Okay, jaw. And that's going to replace this bone that's in the front here. So I got to grab, say, that vertice. Hit jaw. Okay. There. And then we're down to the throat. Okay, boop. Cheek. See if I come up here, get it there. Cheek. Cheekbone, so up in this corner up here, so I'll just do something like that. Cheek razor. Cheek razor is just right around here, so it's going to create that little bag of groceries under the eyes. The smile bulge. Remember, check the pictures. If you're confused at all, check the pictures. Brown bulge, and that's going to be down over here. And there, sure, fine. There. Oh my god, we're almost there. Grab the vertice here for the nils, and boop, nose under. And what do we got? I missed. There. And there could be more definition on the edge of this nostril here, like another loop that's going around or something, but it should work. Jaw curves, you don't have to select anything, you just hit jaw curves, and it puts them in. You can come in here and edit these things, but I'm going to leave them. And more controls, I'm going to, well, optional, how about you don't have to have a tongue select, you just hit tongue, okay? And if we go to the build, this is the moment of truth. Does it crash? Remember, if it crashes, you can start to actually troubleshoot by opening up the second build option. This is where you do it bit by bit. Hit build, 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 the whole way down. Okay? And there's like 26 steps. But if not, if everything's good, I'm going to hit this. And I sit back and I wait. So far, so good. Okay, and Actually, with that open, you're actually seeing it go in real time where it's having, it'll show you where it's having problems. We're on step 8. Oh my god. Everything's going. Actually, am I allowed to pull this thing down? No. It actually does it on its own. So don't touch anything. Okay. And holy cow, everything's working. Uh-oh, maybe not. And sometimes I've noticed this will hang. So right now, sometimes you'll get a spot and it'll hang for like, I don't know, I've seen 15 minutes, even half an hour. And it did it. It did it. And so then I just kind of quickly run in here and I check. Did all this stuff work? Grab this thing. Boop. Oh, and I've got snap to projected centers on. I'm just going to turn that off. Great. So the mouth is working. Then the next thing I do is check the eyes. Those seem to be working. Again, you can see little bits of like distance here between the eyeball and the geometry. And then I can check out the blink, and the blink seems to work. That black shadow is just probably like, if I go in here and I look, could use a few more edge loops in here and kind of round it out. Basically, it's probably coming in because this is a sharp angle that could be rounded out a bit. Like I said, more edge loops. And anything else? No, it looks like everything should be fine. Grab this thing and I start moving this head around. We just need to do weighting now. And then there's these handy buttons. Go to build pose, go to build pose for the face. And we're done. It worked. Now, this is the time to save. Oh, one other thing right here. I go to File and I go to the reference editor. I've found that if you don't bring this in, you start getting something called nested referencing. Okay, I found it, sometimes you hit render issues and stuff, so I go to reference, or file rather, import objects from reference, and now that is directly in the scene file, and this is definitely the time to save, because everything's worked. And I'm going to stop here.